Hey there YouTubers. This video is just going to show you how to set up your basic music studio at home. I'll give you a little demonstration of the room and then get into the specifics of what we have in my home studio. So here goes. I've got my deadmau5 canvases here and my Bob Marley snowboard. I've got my Bob Marley poster canvas and my two guitars, my acoustic Taylor 110 and my electric Les Paul Epiphone standard here. Nice guitars. I've got some soundproofing on my walls to kind of catch sound from that speaker there, even though it's not pointed directly. Pink Floyd poster, love Pink Floyd. Some more soundproofing on this wall over here, and some final soundproofing on my wall, roof, sorry. Yeah, right, so, and this finally is my music home studio. There's three basic things you need for your home studio, and the first thing is obviously your computer, whether it be a Mac or Windows PC. That's just preference, whatever you like to work on. So you've got your computer, and the main essential is your DAW, which is your digital audio workstation. This is just a piece of software that allows you to create music, essentially. This can range from Logic Pro, which is a Mac exclusive. You can only use it on a Mac, and that's why I've got a Mac, because I like Logic Pro. You get Cubase, Fruit Loops and Ableton Live. These are probably the most popular types of DAW. If you search on your internet browser, and you'll come up with more, and you'll probably see these ones. So you've got your computer, your DAW. Your next thing you'd want to get after that would be your audio interface, which here is my Scarlett 2i4. 2i being 2 inputs and 4 being 4 outputs. The 2 inputs are on the front here. That's my 2 inputs left and right coming from my MIDI keyboard. I've got my headphones plugged into the front here. These Sony ZX600s, I think these are quite good headphones. Quite cheap as well, they're like £35. This Focusrite Scarlett 2i4 is 140 or 160 pounds. It's quite a lot of money for a sound card, basically, but essentially it acts as a midway point between the analog of your mics and instruments that you could plug into the front to the digital world of your computer. You know, so whatever software and that you've got on here goes through your interface and comes out of your outputs, whether it's your headphones or your monitor speakers, which is the third thing. These monitor speakers are really nice monitor speakers. You see them on quite a lot of videos, and for a good reason. They are really good speakers. They're £250 for the pair. They are Rocket KRK 5s. They're quite good speakers, very clear. The bass comes out the front here, which most speakers the bass comes out the back, which is a good thing since my computer's right up against the wall, even though the bass will probably still, will gather in the corners of my wall, since there's corner of my room, sorry, since there's no soundproofing. Yeah, so that's the three things that are the main essentials. So you've got your computer with your workstation, your sound card and your monitor speakers. You don't need to have your monitor speakers straight away. Some people just like to work from a laptop and headphones, for example, or a desktop and sound card and headphones. It's just, I've got both, just so you could have two reference points of listening perspective, I guess. So that's that. The next thing is your soundproofing. I've not got much in this room, but it does help a little. The thinner the soundproofing is, that'll only absorb the treble or the high frequency stuff, and the thicker you get, it'll absorb the lower frequencies and bass, which I've not got much of. But you necessarily don't need actual soundproofing. You could use things such as like the bed, because the covers, they'll absorb sound. This loaded jackets on my wall, that'll absorb the sound travelling across the room to there. That'll just absorb all that sound in there, and bass won't get trapped in that corner. So you could suit your room to suit, I guess. What is bad in my room though is the speakers go directly onto this window, and glass is the worst thing ever for your sound to bounce off of. So whenever I'm in the studio, I usually close the curtains for some sort of absorption. Yeah, so if you work along them lines, then you'll be fine. So we've got our three main essentials and some soundproofing. As I say, it isn't essential, and obviously you wouldn't need it if you're working with headphones, because all the sound's going into your headphones. Another thing I've got that which helps you work quickly or quicker is a controller, like a MIDI keyboard. This is a Mini Nova synthesizer. This is retailed at about £300. It's quite a good hardware synthesizer. Loads of buttons and knobs on it just to play about with it. It's got loads and loads of sounds and parameters you could tweak. You could spend like weeks on this thing and still not know half of it. It's a really nice keyboard. You get ones obviously cheaper. These are good. They plug well. This one's plugged into my audio interface via these jacks here into the front, so left and right. So that'll transfer into my digital audio workstation, which is Logic. Yeah, my interface is connected to my computer via USB cable, and then that interface connects to my speakers, my headphones, and my MIDI keyboard. Having this interface allows you to put in like microphones and electric guitar and other instruments of sort, which is very handy if you're a musician. If you could play an instrument, sorry. So having a MIDI keyboard is quite a helpful thing to allow you to work quicker within your studio. Yeah, so hopefully I've described some of the basics that you need for your studio, and if you've got any more questions on anything I've explained, just write a comment, and if I've described it well enough for you, then like and subscribe. Thanks very much.